There he is.
Welcome back. Look at this. I'm cutting it close on these breaks. Zach Ewing, Trevor Horn with you in the BVarsity Live studios here at the Californian. Our thanks to South High Basketball, Clayton Madden. God almighty. Clayton Madden.
You need another nap, buddy?
Jose Aguilar. I always need a nap. And Emmanuel Mixon for coming in, as well as Curtis Brown of Liberty. His time always appreciated here on BVarsity Live. Probably for the last time for a while we'll see Curtis. I hope we see him again soon, but I'd
like to do a year in review show in June, but we'll see.
Moving on to bigger and better things at the University of Arizona, where he's expected to compete for a starting job as a freshman in the Pac-12. That'd be pretty spectacular. Mm-hmm. But, hey, we got other business to attend to. It was signing day, not just for Curtis and Johnny and his Liberty teammates, but also for
30.
A whole bunch of kids yesterday. Football, baseball, and soccer, right?
Water polo and soccer. It was not
no
baseball.
Okay, water polo and soccer is the other one.
But we did have a few that had signed in November that schools
they honored
them in the signing ceremony, so we honored them in the paper, even though it really truly was a signing day for football mainly, water polo, and men's and women's soccer. So here is the video we came up with from yesterday's signing day festivities. Yeah, we were at Garces, Centennial, Ridgeview, BHS, and Miramonte. Start off the long day at Garces, where 8 Rams signed national letters of intent to play sports past high school. That includes 6 football players, plus Hannah Mergel, right there, near to you. She's going to Cal State Northridge to play volleyball, and also Patrick Burke will play water polo at UC Davis. Football players Scott Boylan to Brown, Connor Bruce to Cal Poly, Chris Coleman to Fresno State, Beck Dobransky to Whittier College, Michael Giorgino to UC San Diego, and Sean Hatton to Montana State.
It's awesome. When I heard, Jeff Tedford got that job and I reached out, I let him know, I'm going to be supplying that roster, as many kids as I can. And to see a kid like Chris get out there and represent, it's going to be awesome.
It is a big thing because we had ambitions then and now we're carrying through. And now once we get there, we just need to finish. And that's all we know how to do is finish.
I mean, we all grew up playing together with Golden Empire, and as soon as we all first started playing, that was our main dream, is to play college football and to get college paid for. So all of us, we're all just ecstatic and happy to be here.
Well, yeah, the first for me has always been school because my parents have always pushed me to get good grades, and I wouldn't have been allowed to play sports if I didn't get good grades, so that's first. When it gets to the point where you're probably not going to play in the NFL or something like that, you got to focus on a degree that's going to set you up for the rest of your life.
It's always been a dream of mine to play next level, and Montana State they recruited me the best. I had bigger offers, and it really didn't matter what level I played at. It was where I felt was best for me. As soon as I got there, it felt like home.
Next up, we are at Bakersfield High, where 2 drillers signed football letters of intent. Daniel Shoney, the big offensive guard for BHS, signed with UNLV, as his teammate Andrew Magana signed with Whittier College down in Southern California, both continuing their college education and their ability to play football.
They're just they're more of a family friendly type of program. They're more like family based, and they just teach you. It's just like BHS. They teach you life goals and just all stuff like that.
Getting an education is just great. I'm going to major in sociology, so I'm going to be able to figure out how people are, and it's just really great being able to go to a great school like that with the great academics.
Out at Centennial, 3 seniors signed. On the left there, Grant Fiddler to UC Davis. In the middle, Cole Beatty to the NAU, that's Northern Arizona Football Program. And then Emily Hansen to CSUB Volleyball, where she's going to need some rides from her older brother, Andrew, baseball player at Cal State.
I don't have my license right now, so he's going to be driving me to school every day, and I don't think he's too excited about that. But being on the campus together, that should be fun, interesting.
It's huge, especially when everybody, here rallies around us. They really give us what we need to get to the next level. From schools to the community and the fans at the games, everybody's behind us and everybody supports our decisions. And, that was really a big help trying to find where we're supposed to go and making it to this day.
It's going to be a huge step up level for me. It's going to be great, next level for me to reach at. Academics are top school for sure in the nation. D1 soccer program is going to be really well. And I think I'm going to be able to help build that program as well. They're already really high up there, but I think it's a huge step for me.
After Centennial, we race down to Ridgeview, where Amir Knox signed with UC Davis, the 4.0 student for the Wolfpack, also a standout the last 3 years. Thanked his mom for good reason. She helped him out along the way, getting to UC Davis, a great school for football and academics.
I can't repay my mom ever. You know, it's an indescribable feeling. You know, it's everything that I told her I would do. When I was about 12 years old, I told my mother that she wouldn't have to pay for college. And it's a big thing being the first one of my siblings to go to college.
And last but not least, we headed out to Miramonte, where Alan Rodriguez, the big offensive lineman, is headed to Humboldt State, hopeful that he can make his parents proud and bring back pride to the Lions program.
It's very exciting. It's a big step for everybody, something we're not really used to. We're trying to make a change and stop the cycle. Very excited. This is a big step, something I've always dreamed about since I was little.
It's just terrific stuff, and our thanks to Trevor and Chris who were out there getting all that video yesterday. Great stuff, guys. Also, it was a big day yesterday because
seriously,
after signing
these
day,
are my favorite days. We can cover all the sports we want: state track, state wrestling, football championships, basketball at Selland Arena. The day where these kids, you know, the chosen few that actually get the chance to go and get the college paid for and continue playing athletics for what they did on the playing surface, but more so in the classroom. Such a fantastic day for me.
I used to love to like mark my path that you would go like on Google Maps or MapQuest or something. You go, oh, I'm going to go up to Highland. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go over there, because they're all at different times and you're racing around the city. But you're right. It's just terrific stuff. And then last night at BHS, we had only the biggest wrestling duel in Kern County this year between the Drillers and Frontier. Now, Frontier has never beaten the Drillers, but they've been clearly the number 2 team in town almost since they opened in 2006.
Let's see some video.
So let's take a look at the tape. And again, last night, it looked like it was going to be a BHS rout as we got going with the captains. And again, BHS has the stars in this matchup, especially with Jaden Abbas moving away from Bakersfield. He left Frontier, and instead BHS left with Navante Demison, defending state champion, JJ Figueroa, Sam Loera. Just a terrific bunch of guys. Of course, Elijah Ozuna and Cole Reyes for Frontier. This is Dylan Cravens in the opening match of the night, and this is at 152 pounds. Packed house at BHS, and there is the mat slap and the pin in the opening match of the day. This is at 152 pounds. The way it worked out, because the duel started at 152, really gave BHS some advantages early because they were able to move around sort of their middleweights to match up with Frontier's best wrestlers. The best example of that being Navante Demison. There he is, moving up 2 weight classes. He's number 1 in the state, number 3 in the nation at 145 pounds. Moving up to 160 to wrestle a very good wrestler in Jonathan Garcia. He's top 10 in the state at 160. So this is a really good matchup. And Demison had some trouble moving Garcia, but he was able to out kind of technique him, and he won the match 4-1. And so even though Garcia may be the stronger guy, Demison able to win the match, made it 9-0. In fact, the Drillers won the first 6 matches last night. Here is Ricky Gonzalez wrestling at 170 pounds, and he won his match as well. And so we'll see a few more of these. But BHS, after 6 matches, takes a 21-0 lead. And it looked like it was going to be another rout. And then something kind of funny happened. The next 4 matches, all Frontier victories. Some of them expected, some not so expected. Then
this turned out to be a really good match at 195, too.
Yeah, Sam Loera and Willem DeBoer, a couple of state-ranked guys, with Loera moving up from 182 again to wrestle DeBoer, and he ended up outpointing him 9-3. There were only 2 pins, which goes to show you how competitive it was. We showed you the first one, Dylan Cravens, and then JJ Figueroa got one in the last match of the night.
I think the other thing that we need to look at, too, is that there were no forfeits either.
Right, which is always important, yeah. Look, in wrestling anymore, you got to have the weight classes filled if you're going to wrestle at this level, and Sam Loera winning there. Now we move on to sort of Frontier's portion of the program. This is Cole Reyes wrestling up a weight class himself at 113 pounds, and he got a challenge from Adrian Gonzalez, another very competitive match.
No, not Adrian Gonzalez. Elijah Moreno, I believe.
Navarro. Elijah Navarro. I'm
yes.
sorry. Adrian Gonzalez wrestles later. Elijah Navarro, the BHS wrestler here, and it was a 3-1 final for Cole Reyes. So Frontier gets to within 21-12, And then Isaac Olenek at 126 pounds was favored to win, and he was down going into the third period.
Yeah, and then this one was a little controversial at 120 as well.
This ended up being it's kind of a small upset victory for Ryan Morphus against Andrew Blumhoff. Blumhoff was given a reversal in the last second that made the match 6-6. Referee talks about it, decides, you know what, he didn't actually have control. It's only an escape and not a reversal, only 1 point, not 2. And so Morphus was able to win that match 6-5. Mm-hmm. That made it 21-12. Then, as I mentioned, Olenek comes up with a way to win. Elijah Ozuna wins for Frontier at 132 and makes it 24-15. And so at this point, Frontier's still alive. And then a little bit of an upset victory at 138, Adrian Gonzalez of BHS defeating Marco Hernandez of Frontier. I just needed a minute to come up with a name there at 138, and that clinched the victory for BHS. They add the pin from J.J. Figueroa, and BHS able to beat Frontier. But the thing that strikes you about this, coaches from both teams say, you know what, it's just great that it was that competitive.
Yep.
That the crowd was into every match. The duel wasn't decided until the second to last match.
It had an arena feel because they moved the mat closer to the back end zone.
Yeah, to the bleachers.
Back of the court.
And so it was just a fun night, and I look forward to a lot more. In fact, we were talking, BHS loses Navante Demison, J.J. Figueroa, Sam Loera. Frontier, they could be right there with BHS next year. We'll see what happens with incoming freshmen and those sort of things. Also in wrestling, tonight, Shafter and Wasco. That'll be a lot of fun for the SSL regular season title. All the league matches are next week. And then Saturday, also out at Shafter, is the first ever Kern County Girls Wrestling Championships. And it's going to allow us, among other things, to have a girls wrestling all-area team for the first time, which we're very excited about.
Yep.
And then also other sports obviously going on. Big soccer match tonight, big basketball game tomorrow.
Yep, girls soccer tonight in the Southwest Yosemite League. I will be out there. It's Liberty at Stockdale. Liberty 7-1-0 in league play. Stockdale 4-1-3 in second place. A Patriots win gives them the league title, which is pretty remarkable, seeing how Frontiers kind of just own that league in recent history. On the boys' side, Centennial is undefeated, just above BHS, and in the SWYL. They'll play 2 times next week for the league championship.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Yep. Ridgew's got a stranglehold on the SYL, one more win, and they clinch it. They're 8-0 on the girls' side, same thing. Independence has already clinched it with an 8-0 record above 6-3-1 to Hatchby. And the SEYL on the boys' side, South of Foothill have one more match coming up. South still unbeaten, 5-0-1 against 4-2-1. Highland in the SSL on the boys' side, Arvin, the favorite, and BCHS, the girls' favorite in the SSL. They're still unbeaten at 8-0-1 in basketball tonight. Southwest Yosemite League boys' side, BHS still undefeated, much like the girls are on the other side. They're both 6-0. BHS at Frontier tonight. Liberty, they're versus Stockdale. Liberty's 4-2. Stockdale's coming up. They had a big upset, 61-60 over Centennial on Tuesday night. So Centennial and Stockdale tied for third place, one game behind Liberty on the boys' side. Stockdale and Liberty girls 4-2, tied for second place. Moving on, Friday night big game in the SWIL boys. Ridgeview at West. It was a barn burner the first time they played at Ridgeview. Ridgeview still undefeated. Independence girls still undefeated in the SWIL. Like we said, South undefeated in boys SEYL. North of Miramonte battling for the SEYL girls title. Chavez undefeated on the boys' side of the SSL, and Arvin girls undefeated in the SSL.
Trevor just threw a ton of information at you. We will have this on demand on Bakersfield.com later if you want to rewind that and listen to it like 4 times, because there was a lot there. But it's all good info. Point is, after this week, 1 more week of soccer regular season, 2 more weeks of basketball. The Groundhogs saw a shadow this morning. 6 more weeks of winter sports season, everybody, leading up to state wrestling and basketball.
Let's have at it. Playoffs are right around the corner.
It's
Let's go.
a fun time of year. Our thanks to the South High basketball team, also to Liberty's Curtis Brown for joining us. Happy signing day, everybody. We'll see you with all the coverage on the BVarsity Live Twitter account and on Bakersfield.com. For our producer, Chris McCullough, that's Trevor Horn. I'm Zach Ewing. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Looking deep down the left side, Mendeville into the end zone, touchdown!